Hello. This is another video in the series on the principles of nonviolence that we get from Dr. Martin Luther King. In two earlier videos, I talked about principle number 2, which is to not treat our opponents as if we want to defeat and humiliate them, but to win their friendship and understanding, to treat them as potential allies. And principle 3 asks us to attack the problem when there's an injustice, when there's an issue that our community is living with, to attack the injustice, but not the people who happen to be in charge of the injustice at the moment. Well, there's a little model that is used in nonviolence training in the Kingian tradition. It's called the aggression-conciliation model. And got a diagram here to suggest what a way to visualize it. On one side of the diagram are the words aggression and conciliation. Those words give the model its name. And those are really two kinds of abilities that we have as people that we can choose. We can choose to be aggressive. We can choose to be conciliatory. And aggression here means our ability to oppose or to fight against something, to use that energy that we all have inside and project it outward somehow. Conciliation means our ability to accept and extend an open hand, to be willing to listen, and so on. Now, in life, we face lots of problems. And those problems usually consist of a set of conditions which may be unjust and may be hurting people and oppressing people. And then there are the people who, in this particular time, this particular generation, may be in charge of that unjust system. They're leaders who are hurting people because of their role in maintaining that unjust system. So you have two broad things that you can do, aggression and conciliation. And the problems that you confront often have two parts also, the conditions and the people who are involved. Now, here's how we often cross ourselves up and use our abilities in a counterproductive way, in a way that just keeps the problem going. Well, what we often do, which is usually a mistake, is to use our aggression against the people and to just let the conditions be, to accept them and not really challenge them. And often we think that in an unjust system, what we should do is get rid of those leaders, those bad leaders that are in charge of the injustice, in charge of the corrupt system. Okay. But what's wrong with that? If we are aggressive toward people, they are likely to retaliate. And we get into a cycle of aggression and violence. Most of the violence that occurs in the world happens in those cycles. So we're looking for a way to break those cycles. And we also want to do something about apathy, something about people's willingness to accept unjust conditions and let them continue. Right? Well, let me show you another version of the diagram. Here's a diagram in which we are using our aggression, our ability to oppose, to fight against the conditions. And we're using our ability to be conciliatory to guide our interactions with the people. The bottom line there is Dr. King's principle too. Remember, he said, treat people as if they could be friends and allies. Don't keep trying to defeat and humiliate them. See if you can work with them. And the top line is principle 3. Remember, principle 3 says attack the problem, not the people. And here we're directing our aggression toward the conditions that are part of the problem. That little model has turned out to be helpful to many people that we've had in classes and in workshops over the years. And I remember in particular one young man. He was grade 8 or grade 9 in that area, and he had just finished a workshop where we were talking that day about the principles, and we're learning about this aggression-conciliation model. And he came up later and he said, I really like that diagram because it tells me what to do with my anger. It tells me that there's another way to go. And that was very gratifying, of course. That's kind of why we do this work. If you found this interesting, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. And I'll soon be posting another video. We're up to principle 4. So that'll be the next one. I'll see you next time. Thanks.